Hey everyone, welcome back. I am going to show you how to quickly and effectively batch edit using Adobe Camera Raw and how you can quickly get through, edit your images, and spend more time doing the things you love instead of the things that you don't want to be doing. So let's get started. So I have this family session here and there is over 500 images. Obviously, my clients are not going to be getting all 500 images as we need to cull and go through and pick our favorites. So what I would do here in Raw is I have all of them loaded in the film strip. As you can see, I scroll down and they are all here. I can go through and pick my favorites by starring them. So I can do Command or Control 1 and that will give it a star. I can do 2, that gives it 2 stars, 3, gives it 3 stars. So you can choose the rating as you would like. If you don't like that rating that you gave, right to the left of the rating is a cancel button and you can cancel the ratings. So I first give everything a 1 star that I want to keep. So you can go through and you can use your arrow key to go down in the film strip. So I can say yes and go through yes. And I'm just clicking through and picking my favorite images that I want to keep. And obviously I'm not spending a whole lot of time right now deciding which ones I want. I would spend a little bit more time in the process to pick my favorites, but for the sake of time, we're just going to select our favorites this way. If this does not work, if this method does not work for you, that's okay, but you can pick your favorites. If you want to edit all of them, you can edit all of them as well. And that is up to you, and I'm going to show you how to do that here in a moment. So you just go through, select, oops, eyes were closed in that one, as you can see right here, her eyes are closed. This one is not. So we can pick all of our favorite images and so on. Okay, for the sake of time, I'm not going to finish picking my favorites, but you can edit just your favorites if you click on the menu button and say select rated. It will select the rated images, or you can do select all if you want to edit all of them. That is completely up to you with what you want to do, okay? So how I do this, say if this was a wedding, I would select all of the images that are in the same light. So we would go through those ones, and then I would edit them specifically into my presets. Or you can select all rated, or depending, they all might be in the same light, or they all might be the same setting. So that is up to you how you want to sort. For the sake of time, I am just going to select all. All images, we're going to pretend that they are all in the same light, setting, and exposure. So I'm going to click on my presets. My presets have already been saved here. I can then select the preset that I want to run on all of my images. So let's pick, I think I want to do these in the warms. So let's do warm, or Edits Couture Warm 1. And I just click on that and it has applied it to every image. Now, obviously, that's a really good way to do it, but our exposure is going to need to be fixed depending on the images. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click off of all of them, and I'm going to do all of these right through here because they're all in the same setting and exposure, and I can adjust my exposure that way. And then I'm going to come down to all of these. All of these are in the same light. And then this gives everything a very consistent look. So if you are not going to cull all your images because you are doing a proofing, in-person proofing, but you want to have everything raw edited, you can do this really quickly And so your clients can pick all your favorites or all of their favorites, and they've been raw edited. And that is how I do my editing for my proofing sessions, is I just make sure they are all raw edited. These all look like they're the right exposure. These need to be a little bit warmer. So that is how I will do it. Okay, so we will just go through and see if everything is exposed the way that we want. These are a little darker. And you don't have to do the exposure. Like, if you're like, I like the exposure, but the blacks are too black, I could just pull up the blacks. These need a little bit more. Let's see. These ones here, just a little dark, but not too bad. So we're just going to actually pull up the blacks and a little exposure. Well, I just scroll through all of them and I look at the exposure on the side, on the film strip, to see where I'm at. And I just select all of those in the same setting that need to be adjusted, because I've already ran the preset that's done the tone, right? So this is the way that I do weddings. I edit them all in RAW, and then I will go back through and select just my favorites. Well, I will select my favorites before that, but I will edit them all the same, and then I pull just the favorites into Photoshop and do skin and do all the fancy fluffing that I want to finish. So I'm just skimming through these, seeing if all the exposure is correct. For the most part, my exposure is always pretty on, but sometimes a preset can make things darker or brighter than you would like, and so that's where you would have to fix your exposure if that's the case. They're all pretty on. Okay, so the last thing that I would do is, if I wanted to save these in really quick, is a JPEG. Say I've edited everything, it's a wedding, a family, they're getting all the images, and I don't need to pull them into Photoshop. You can select all images, by going select all, and then you can come down here to save images. It pulls up this area. You can rename, we'll just put family session, and then you can save it in the same location or in a new location, depending. You can pick your size that you want. You can resize to fit. You can sharpen, do whatever, and then you can put save. It will batch all of these, and then they will be saved to JPEGs instead of RAW. But you also still have your RAW. So it's super easy to do. I hope you've learned something. You can purchase my raw presets in my store over at my website, wish-photo.com. I hope this helped you out, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.